These days, on the lips of everyone is the ongoing China-United States trade talks, and 2019 marks an important period where we will see the next stages of China's transition away from economic balance with the US. Here are my economic takeaways from the March the 5th work report by Premier Li Keqiang. First up was undoubtedly the target for the economic growth this year. By aiming for a range between 6 to 6.5%, Beijing is giving itself policy flexibility as it drives the economy out of years of debt-fueled growth. Reports suggest this is what many economists had expected from Beijing. The lower target for growth comes after China posted a 6.6% growth for the whole of 2018, which was the slowest annual growth in almost 3 decades. But why is it keeping its target above 6%, especially given the fact that it had a hard target of 6.5% over the past 2 years? Experts say Beijing is determined to achieve the above 6% growth to deliver its promise to double real GDP in the decade to 2020.
Another 10% will reform the toll road system.
But given the instability and uncertainty in the economy at this moment in time, how is Beijing proposing to achieve the GDP growth target? Premier Li emphasized that its employment-first policy would upgrade to a macroeconomic strategy that will respond to the downward pressure on growth. This policy includes tax breaks for small and micro enterprises, and they are considered the main channel for absorbing employment.
它实际上是给了我们更大的一个空间，让我们有这样的一个投入能力去更好的把产业发展起来让市场来主导这个资源的分配，让好的企业发展起来，更好的发展起来，更快的发展起来。这个我觉得意义是非常重大的。我觉得我们中国经济发展到现在这个阶段呢，我们真的是希望通过减费通过减税降费，让政府的收入不但没有减少，反而增加了，因为这样企业会发展得更好，对吧
So, what kind of tax cuts are they talking about? Well, they are targeting companies with assets under $7.6 million with fewer than 300 employees and taxable income less than $456,000. And more than 95% of tax-paying enterprises in China fit this definition, and 98% are private firms. And official estimates show that this new round of cuts will reduce the burden of small businesses by another $30 or so billion per year. And with this, it's aiming to boost employment and consumption. For employment, it was announced that more than 11 million new urban jobs would be created, with a surveyed urban unemployment rate of around 5.5%, with a registered urban jobless rate within 4.5%. But how important is consumption to the GDP growth? China's consumers remain the key driver of China's domestic growth. They created 78% of its GDP growth in the first 9 months of 2018. So, consumers remaining confident and willing to grow their spending is essential if China is to achieve anything closer to 6% growth in 2019. And in 2018, disposable income rose over 8% in the first 9 months of the year, and the tax cuts just announced look set to carry that strong momentum this year. But target is a target, so what were the actual numbers in 2018 for new urban jobs, for example? Last year, it set its target at 11 million, and it beat that expectation with more than 13.5 million. And for this year, interestingly, it has stuck to the same target at 11 million. To quote Premier Li Keqiang, perhaps these numbers suggest an ambitious but realistic approach to what he's going to do short and long term in 2019 and beyond. And perhaps this is also reflecting a proactive government that's putting emphasis on stability rather than reforms. I'm Josh, stay tuned with China Matters.